What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn and Jarrell Big Baby Miller. As we know, Jarrell Miller has came to Eddie Hearn trying to get back in his good graces, trying to get back on the team. He wants to come home, as we know, as I reported and counterpunched, right? Now, the question is, will Eddie Hearn oblige, accept, invite, or welcome, rather, Jarrell Big Baby Miller back into the stable of DAZN? That's the question you asked. That's the question I want to know. Because I know Jarrell Miller, he's a talker. He talks a lot of mierda, right? A lot of crap. But he knows where the money is, okay? He knows where the success is. He knows where he needs to go and where he needs to be before he screwed up. Should Eddie Hearn do this? Question is, why would he? That's the question. Because if you look at the chain of events, I know everyone's a forgiving person. Things happen. Yeah, he failed the drug test. But guess what? Jarrell Big Baby Miller is one of the reasons why, possibly, Anthony Joshua has a loss. A lot of money was spent on Jarrell Miller and the build-up with his fight with the unified champion at the time, Anthony Joshua. They did all the press conferences. They were in England. They were in New York. And right up until the date, 5 weeks before, or 5+ weeks before, he tested positive for 3 banned substances, right? Eddie was pissed. And he should have been pissed. Because they gave Jarrell Miller an opportunity that, yeah, he helped create. Sure, he created ruckus and tension and started this beef with Anthony Joshua, right? Saying, hey, I didn't like the dude. I think he's phony. He's a fake. He's a dry British dude. You know what I mean? And he just had a lot to say, all negative about Anthony Joshua. Yes, he played the villain. Yes, he played the villain very well. Hyped up a fight, sold the fight. But at the end of the day, the opportunity came because Eddie Hearn gave him that opportunity. He was that guy. Think about it. Jarrell Miller hasn't really been in there with top opposition. Everything that he's done is not because he's beat the best people. He was just a normal guy. If anything, the guy that actually fought Anthony Joshua deserved more of a chance than Jarrell Miller did, and that was Andy Ruiz. He'd already fought for a title, and a lot of people thought he won. So a lot of times in situations like that, if you have an undefeated fighter, which Andy Ruiz was, goes up against another undefeated fighter for the WBO, comes up short by the hairs of his chinny chin chin or whatever. It wasn't his home team advantage. What normally happens when a lot of people think, oh man, I think Andy Ruiz should have won. What happens normally? He gets another opportunity elsewhere. But it didn't happen for him quickly. In fact, his career took a downward spiral. Right? He left Bob Arum. He came over to Amon, and he finally got the opportunity due to Jarrell Miller's negligence. However, Andy Ruiz deserved more of a shot than Jarrell Miller. So that shows you that Eddie Hearn took a shot with this brash Brooklynite and said, okay, I like your energy. I like how you're playing it and selling yourself and selling this fight and our possible fight. He went to that DAZN launch in New York. Remember that? He was planting seeds of that fight then. And Eddie Hearn was like, hey, I like this guy. He has a loud mouth. It would sell a lot. It would sell a lot if Anthony Joshua would knock out a loud mouth like this. I know what the scenario was. I knew exactly what Eddie Hearn was saying. But either way, he still gets an opportunity to fight this guy. It is not set in stone that Joshua was just going to beat him. But Joshua was fired up to beat this guy like we never seen before. Right? Jarrell Miller is the reason Joshua's energy changed completely. He came in that ring with Ruiz looking high. Right? He looked like he just smoked a blunt. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was like, dude, check my pulse to see if I'm still breathing. Right? And it's due to the fact that my man did all this selling of this fight, all this smack talk, and yet he could not pass a drug test. He could not focus on getting his system clear. So, saying all that to say this, will Eddie Hearn give him another opportunity? And if he does, to what extent? Does he get him the Joshua fight? Because if anything, now I look at now, Joshua should be more pissed off at Jarrell Miller, even though it was kind of bittersweet because Jarrell Miller accused Joshua of juicing. Then yet he comes with a cocktail full of shit. Right? So Anthony Joshua kind of got his get back from Jarrell Miller, but not really, because I think a part of Anthony Joshua still wants Jarrell Miller. Maybe that might be a way back in. Like, hey, I'm going to beat this guy because this guy's the reason I'm fighting that guy and lost to that other guy. And he still talked all that shit about me, and he still doesn't like me to this day. Right? So, again, you guys let me know if Eddie Hearn will let him back in the club. 2 opportunities. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.